This is Don't Forget the Small Stuff, and today we're talking about Jaws.
I don't think either of you are familiar with the nature of this podcast.
I think I am familiar with the fact that you are going to ignore this particular podcast until it swims up and bites you in the... Actually, we should probably just start recording. Welcome to Don't Forget the Small Stuff, the podcast that celebrates the overlooked and forgotten little moments in films. I'm Jess, and with me today is Andy.
Hello.
And Chris.
Hello.
You can find us online at smallstuffcast.com. We are at smallstuffcast on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and you can contact us using email at smallstuffcast.com.
And you really should. We read every single one.
Our music is by the awesome Skeleton King. You can find more of Skeleton King's work by following the link in the show notes. So today, Jaws. It's a biggie. In fact, I was just thinking the other day, there's probably only a handful of films that have been picked over and analyzed to the same degree that Jaws has. You know, like maybe Star Wars and The Godfather. But there aren't many other films that have been looked at and documented and researched and et cetera, as much as Jaws. So, quite frankly, there isn't a lot we can say in terms of its impact on the cinematic world and people and what have you that hasn't already been said. So, I'm going to keep this big stuff chat minimal. But we want to talk about like what Jaws means to us. So, Chris, what does Jaws mean to you?
Well, first of all, it's only my favorite movie of all time. And has been for probably 40 years. So there's that. It's literally, in ways that I'm not going to go into, has altered and shaped my life. In some ways negative. Mm-hmm. I'll just very briefly say that I will not be coming to visit you anytime soon. Yeah. Or you, Andy, because I would never in a million years fly over a body of water. And that can be linked directly back to this movie.
My wife specifically asked me if you were going to mention that on the pod today.
Yeah. So, I know how foolish that sounds when I'm sitting here recording a podcast, mention buying a plane ticket, and I would break out into a cold sweat. I'll just say also real quickly, that I don't know how we're going to do a podcast today about the small stuff because this movie has no small stuff. Every single second and moment in this movie is incredibly huge and large and important and amazing. So I will have nothing to say.
Okay, yeah, I can tell that you've have nothing to say. Yeah, I can see that from the notes we've taken.
Yeah, and I like you, Chris. I think this is it my favorite? It probably is, but I think it's certainly the greatest film ever made, at least the ones I've seen. It's a triumph in many, many ways.
Short and sweet, but to the point. Yeah, I probably don't have as strong opinion as you guys, but it is pretty close. I love Jaws. It's in my top, 10, 20 films for sure. Watch it probably more than
20.
Most of them.
Come on, 20.
Yeah, okay. Well, all right, 15. You happy with 15? But let's. I think we should just dive right in. The movie starts. It is almost impossible for us to say, to not say rather that this scene is a classic for every single scene that we're going to talk about. So just assume that we love every scene, and every scene is a classic. But it starts with a classic scene. Poor Chrissy gets, she goes swimming.
Yeah.
She's a real good swimmer. She's a real good swimmer.
Before the tragedy of Christy Watkins' death, that's a pretty happening little party going on there. Mm-hmm. I really would have liked to have hung out on that beach, and they had a little bonfire going, and everybody's kind of snuggling up. That looked like a good place to be. I think I wouldn't have gone in the water. I would have hung out.
No. If Chrissy Watkins suddenly starts batting her eyelids at you, Chris, you're going in the water.
Okay, that's probably.
Well, he didn't, did he? I mean, he passed out.
He tried. Oh, he tried really hard.
No. But, you know, you could have chased her.
Yeah.
Is it the first time, by the way, in history that drinking saved a man's life? Like, thank God he was drunk, right?
Yeah.
If he wasn't drunk and passed out, he's going and swimming with her, and the shark eats him too.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go, kids. There's our lesson for the podcast. Drink up.
I just wanted to say he really looks like James Hunt.
Yes. Yeah, given that we did Rush just recently.
He really looks like James Hunt.
Maybe modelled his look.
Well, I would have done.
So you mentioned the music on the beach, Chris. I think it's interesting because you got a choice of two. You could go on the side of the guitar player. You can have his music, or you can go on the side of the harmonica player. They weren't playing the same song. They weren't like... what do you call it? They weren't riffing off with each other. That's not the right word.
I'm hanging with the harmonica guy.
Yeah.
I think, and again, we're not going to talk about some of the larger stuff here too much because we'll be here for days. But it's an interesting early look at some of the filmmaking techniques here. So we sweep from left to right, and they're not scared. They shy away from the audio moving with it. Yeah. So there's multiple conversations. The music is playing over itself. Mm-hmm. They don't try and isolate that so you can hear it. It's just very effectively done. They do that so many times in the film. But yeah.
Guys, I'm going to just say this right now, and then I'm going to leave this topic completely alone. Like, watching it last night, especially taking notes and everything and getting ready for the pod, it just blows me away every time. Like, this is directed by, like, how old is he? Like 25?
Yeah.
Like, he's just a kid. Watching last night, I'm like, this movie feels like it's directed by an older, experienced man at the helm that knew, and it's just a kid really making his first big movie. I just can't believe it every time I watch it.
Yep. Struck me, as always, you know, we watch these films with an academic eye to make our notes for these.
Or try
to. At least try to, yeah. And this it's especially hit me hard. I mean, as I said at the start, this has always been my favourite film. But I didn't appreciate how good a film it was, how well made it was. So actually, I think it's more well made than it is good. That's not to say it's not good, because I still think it's probably my favourite film of all time. But yeah, it is real good.
The next scene, I think, is talking about, what would you call it, like made by an extremely experienced filmmaker. I think the next scene at the Brody house is exceptionally good. Mm-hmm. They reveal so much exposition about Brody and his family and what life is like for him without telling us anything. It's show and not tell, right? It's they'd have the conversation about the fact that they've just moved in recently, that he's police, he's got 2 kids, he's protective of them, his wife loves him. You know, there's just... And it's all just in the space of whatever, like 2 minutes, not even probably.
And it's just, and again, it's show don't tell. It is natural conversation, and those pieces of information come out. And again, there's things happening over the top of each other. And yeah, it's exceptionally efficient filmmaking. It's really, really well done, that scene.
I mean, you talked about how they don't isolate the audio in the opening scene, but they don't do it in this one either. We hear his wife talking to his son in the background, and we hear him on the phone in the foreground, and we can keep up with both conversations. We understand what's happening in both cases, and it's not been isolated. They're not holding our hands through this whole thing. It's just family life in front of us. I love the fact that he doesn't know which phone to answer, by the way. That's one of my favorite small stuffs.
Yeah.
He very quickly gets the call, as we just talked about, and they go and find Chrissy's body on the beach. I mean, it's horrific, but also I love Hendricks' face when he blows the whistle and he kind of slumps down on the sand. And we don't need to see her body. Yeah. His face tells us everything we need to know.
It's a look of genuine despair, isn't it?
More so than his face, I have down here for my note, the greatest backhanded spit wipe of all time.
I would like you to keep a regimented list of backhanded spit wipes, please, Chris.
Find me a better one. Yeah. I mean, you can't think of one right now, so nobody could. It's so amazing, and there's no spit. That's the other thing. Like, he's not actually wiping any spit away, but like he's just, he's so overwhelmed by what he's found, and as we see little bits and pieces of what he finds, no wonder. I mean, anybody would be, but yeah. Yeah, that wipe of his mouth, I always enjoy that.
They decide that Brody decides that he's going to close the beaches, and he has to go and buy some supplies to make the signs. I love the whole sequence where he's moving through the town.
Yeah, no, it's brilliant. I mean, again, we get a little bit of that multiple conversations, but what we also get a sense of is how trivial most of his day-to-day activities and troubles are from the folks. He's obviously got much more important things to be concerned with right now, but they're moaning about people doing this and that and the other, and the fence and all this stuff going on. So all that stuff, again, it's not wasted time in the film. You know, we're learning all the time here. When he's off, you know, he's just going to go buy supplies to build some signs, but it's not wasted. It's really, really cool.
Well, as we find out later on, there hasn't been a single murder in Amity in 25 years. So.
Yeah, because they mention earlier, don't they? There's no closed beach signs or anything like that to go make them. There's no crime.
Then he goes to...
Incidentally, I do like the way he knocks over the paintbrushes.
Oh, it's amazing.
It's just he's having the worst time.
Yeah.
His face.
Just quick note on that. Was an accident.
Was it?
And Spielberg, the director, is like, no, we're keeping that. That looks
brilliant.
good. I like that. And they kept it in.
Yeah. He then goes. He finds out that there's the Boy Scouts doing their mile swim, and he takes I guess it's a very short ferry across the whatever it is, the estuary or something, but not before the mayor and his group of cronies catch up with him.
First of all, I don't understand where I can't follow the trajectory of that raft and where they go, and do they do a circle? Did they go to the other side of someplace? I don't know where they went or what happened there. But I also, one of my favorite lines, because it's the opposite of what we were talking about. So much of what we've learned is they're just showing us this town and his life, and we're getting so much information from showing. And then one of the great all-time tell lines when the mayor says to him, "It's your first summer, you know."
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you would know. Like it's not a...
Oh, wait, didn't I do one before?
I've been here for 5 years. Thanks, Mayor, for letting me know. It's such an expositional line that... to make sure the audience understands. But you didn't need it because we already knew.
No, but I think also, though, it does speak to the mayor and to what kind of attitude he has, because Brody knows it, but the mayor still feels like he has to tell him. You know, he's speaking down to Brody, like that's in that moment. So it tells us about the mayor for sure.
I like your interpretation. It restores the film to perfection. Okay, good. It's a perfect movie again.
Yeah. So also in the car with the mayor, there's like four other guys.
Yeah, there's 4 people.
One of whom I think is, I've got real villain question mark in my notes here. So who I think is the real villain potentially of the piece, aside from the shark, of course.
Right.
That is, I don't know, is he the medical examiner? Is he the coroner? What is he?
The coroner.
Yeah.
The brown suited dude with the glasses.
The one who says, "I'll have to amend my report."
Yeah.
He's the real villain. He didn't. He's got a very specific job to do, right? He should not be swayed by politics or like the plea of law enforcement or anything. He's got a very specific job: find out the cause of death.
Yeah.
And now he's saying, "Oh, we'll have to amend our reports." He's spineless.
He's in the pocket of the
useless
mayor, isn't he? Completely.
Just a horrendous individual. He was very sure at the beginning. Shark attack. Made Brody type it. And now all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, it could be a
boating accident.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And he gets put in his place later on, which I'm very pleased about. So they decide to keep the beaches open. And there is another lovely moment of how mundane the chief's life normally is when the guy on the beach comes up to talk to him about like the parking zone or whatever it is, or the guy that parks outside his house on the beach just before.
It's so good, isn't it? Because Brody is just staring out to sea, and this guy's in his face just talking garbage about some parking or something, and it's done so well. They just his voice gets slightly muffled, and you know to the degree that you suspect it's Brody's senses getting sort of heightened at certain things, and tunnel vision, just staring out to sea. But yeah, it's so good.
I love it how he doesn't even get to finish what he's asking because his wife calls him back over.
Yeah.
And
it's so.
He's the only person on the beach that can't tell that Brody is
not interested,
upset about something.
I'll just add in on that real quickly that I don't know how many times I've seen this movie. I'd say at least 40. I never realized what he was talking about at all until maybe 2 or 3 viewings ago.
Who, the guy?
I don't think I paid attention to what he was saying.
Even you,
because I'm
don't
like
care.
Brody. I'm focused. I'm like, yeah, my intention's elsewhere. I'm thinking of other things. I'm worried about other things. When he's talking there, I'm not paying any attention as a viewer to what he's talking about.
His delivery is so boring as well. It's like monotone.
Yes.
There are 2 attacks that happen on the beach at this moment because obviously Alex Kittner gets attacked, but also Pippet disappears, the dog.
So what's the dog's name?
Pippet.
Pippet?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, the closed captioning on mine had Tippet.
Tippet
with a T.
Well,
and then I have other people that say the dog's name was Pippin.
Well, they're all wrong.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Pippet.
Pippet! 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 Come on, Pippet!
I mean, what's the consensus between the 3 of us? Pippet?
I think it's Pippet.
It's definitely not Tippet. It's Pippet, right?
With the T?
Yeah.
P at the beginning, T at the end?
Yeah.
Yeah, fine. Okay, so we've resolved it. 100% unanimous. It's Pippet.
Write in if you disagree, of course.
Don't bother.
By the way,
no,
dog
do
was
go on,
not
do it.
eaten by the shark. I'm
Say
just
again?
saying that. He was not eaten by the shark.
No?
The dog.
Why not?
No. He's off playing. I'm not having a dog get killed in my.
Oh,
my
has he gone to stay at your uncle's farm?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
He is so happy. There is a shot of the dog. He is just so happy. Just before he's prancing on the edge of the surf. It's just so lovely. Yeah. No, he gets eaten, Chris. I'm sorry. I'm saying it.
I'm sad. This scene is fantastic. It might be my favourite scene. There might be another one which is my favourite scene, but at the moment, let's go with this. So, of course, there's a great shot when you see the shark. It's brilliantly done because there's not enough. It's kind of silhouetted, so there's not enough light to see any detail, but it looks enormous and pretty realistic and harrowing, completely harrowing. And then we get the fantastic kind of Hitchcock dolly zoom on Brody, which is it's just perfection. And then he sprints to the water and immediately pulls up because he hates it. You can see how much he hates the water at that point. And that whole section there is it's perfect.
Yeah. Well, and incredibly graphic. Like you see the boy.
Oh my God,
It's horrible. I
Yeah.
forgot how brutal this film is.
There's one clip where it looks like the water is boiling with blood. It's incredible.
Ugh.
Yeah. Oh, okay. But the dog didn't get eaten, so I feel a little better.
Okay. Yeah. Anything else to say about that? The Kintner and Pippet attack? I'm persevering, Chris. Pippet's gone.
Well, we would have seen something. They showed all the other attacks.
What, like a paw floating to the bottom of the
come
ocean?
on.
Oh no!
Come on, it's not a paw.
Oh,
that wouldn't
okay.
float anyway.
No. Okay. No. Fine. All right.
Crying out loud. Honestly. Have you no shame?
Nope. Will we get in trouble for that? I don't know. People are going to write in. All right, I am going to move on because we'll go to the town meeting because Chris, I think you had a couple of things to say about the town meeting.
Oh yeah, for sure. So first of all, this is my great murmuring scene.
Yep,
it is.
Fantastic background murmuring going on in here, and some great audio work because there's great murmuring, but then there's like also audible. I think you're going to get in the Screen Actors Guild because you actually have a line in the movie lines that come through very clearly too.
Yeah,
like the classic. I don't think that's funny. I don't think that's funny at all.
Yep.
By the way, the man that was bugging Brody about the parking. That's his wife.
Yeah.
Somebody else yells out when the mayor says only 24 hours, and somebody yells out 24 hours is like 3 weeks.
That's the line that sticks with me all the time. It's like she's so distinct, that woman, and we don't know which woman it was. There's a few women in that room, but
there are. And I think
she's done the math.
Yeah, absolutely right. I think the general consensus, though, from the folks is that they do not want the beaches closed. That's important. The townsfolk at this point are resistant to the beaches being closed.
Yeah.
That's probably something I hadn't picked up on before.
Well, we're going to come back to that.
Yeah, I
later
know,
on.
which is why I mention it.
And then there's the scene on the pier that is apparently on the other side of the island with the two guys trying to catch the shark with their holiday roast.
It's a big old piece of meat, isn't it?
Okay. So I guess I need to choose my words carefully here, because I was going to say they got lucky. I guess they got unlucky. That the pot roast didn't attract the shark.
No, they're idiots.
The shark just happened to be there when they threw the pot roast.
And are we
in.
even sure it's the shark? Like, it's never explained what it is. When the broken bit of the jetty comes back in, there's no shark attached to it.
No.
It just floats back in.
No, I think if this scene was not in the movie, I wouldn't care less.
No, I agree.
I also don't understand where the shark is. When we see the dock floating, like chasing the man back in,
Yeah.
I'm like, well, the dock is attached to that chain, so the dock would be trailing from the shark. So the shark,
So the shark's ahead of the dock.
yeah,
Yeah.
so it should be right on the guy.
Yeah.
That guy outswam a great white shark? I don't think so. Like, I don't know. Maybe maybe it wasn't a shark.
There was no
it-
fin. It
No,
was,
stupid.
no, it's the
Say it.
least good scene in the whole film.
Yeah.
But it's closely followed by one of my favorite scenes in the whole film, though, when they're in the harbor and it's utter chaos with everybody trying to get themselves together to go out and hunt the shark. It's madness.
The water is filled with utter morons.
Mm-hmm.
Utter morons at that point, which is great.
Really quickly, also want to add in that this movie we get two That's Not Funny at All.
Mm-hmm.
Because Brody has
says.
his in the scene as well.
Yep.
When Hendrix is telling him about the two men on the dock with his wife's roast. So not often you get two That's Not Funny at All in a movie. So see, this movie gives you everything you want.
Quite often don't get one.
No,
You know?
yeah, often.
Yeah. Do we need to start counting that? Is that something that we need to look out for? Like, that's not funny at all in future films?
I think so. I think
Okay.
it is now.
So,
Okay.
so to take a tally, then we're going to keep track of great backhanded spit wipes
Yep. Okay. Oh my God.
and how many not funny at alls in a movie. All right,
Yep.
I'm actually writing it down.
Jaws will reign supreme in both categories.
So shortly after the real villain gets fully exposed for his ways, because we go to the coroner's office and Hooper looks at the remains of Chrissy Watkins.
That scene, again, this isn't my favorite scene, but Hooper is so good in that scene. So, firstly, his face when the remains are brought out in just a small drawer, right? That's horrific. But then he's got total command of the room. The coroner's kind of shying away, and then Brody sparks up a cigarette and he barks at him, "Do not smoke in here."
Partially denuded bone remaining. This was no boat accident. Did you notify the Coast Guard about this?
No, it was only local jurisdiction.
The left arm, head, shoulders, sternum, and portions of the rib cage are intact. Do not smoke in here. Thank you very much.
He's completely in his element at this point. It's great. Hooper's fantastic, isn't
Yeah,
he?
I love Roy Scheider, but I think Richard Dreyfuss is and as good as Robert Shaw is as Quint, I still think Richard Dreyfuss is the MVP of the movie. I think he's amazing. He'll come up later on. After that, they catch some of these idiots catch a tiger shark, and there's much rejoicing on the dock.
This is where Brody introduces Hooper to the mayor. I love that bit because the mayor's just completely disinterested, completely ignores him, just keeps on walking. Brody's talking at him, and he barely looks at Hooper and walks away.
Because the mayor is out for, he's like thinking of all the political points he's going to get by the fact that the shark's just been caught.
The guys are all kind of posturing to have the photograph taken. He's interested in the commotion over there, and this guy who is actually going to save the day, he's just not interested, is he?
Because he doesn't care if they caught the right shark. He just wants the photo of
A shark.
captured and killed a large predator that supposedly injured some bathers.
Amazing.
That's all he
supposedly
cares about.
Yep.
So a great line reading in this scene when the one guy says, "What kind of shark is it?" And Hooper says tiger shark, and that guy says, "Oh, what?"
What kind of a shark is it? Gee, I don't know. I think it's a macaw.
Got a deep throat, Pratt.
Yeah, but what kind? What kind of shark?
It's a tiger shark. A what?
I just like imagine when I watch that scene that like Spielberg as a director, hearing him deliver the line like that and being like, "Yep, that's good. We'll go with that. Let's move on next setup." It's such a weird way to say it.
So I think those small little moments of dialogue from all three of those fishermen are just slightly weird. There's that guy that's poking the shark with something. I think it's a macaw. A macaw?
He's just constantly prodding it, isn't he?
As if prodding it will help him figure out whether it's a macaw or not. And I don't even think it's macaw. I think it's mako.
Yeah. Well, and then there's the guy, and I'm going to talk about him later, that's like, and your mothers will be sorry that they met you. That guy and his whole spiel. So.
That's Ben Gardner, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah, I think that's Ben Gardner.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, again, this might be verging onto like slightly big stuff, but I'm pretty sure I read somewhere that Ben Gardner, the actor that played him, was like a real character on the island where they filmed it. And that's who they based Quint on, or some of how they based Quint.
Kind of an insult to Ben Gardner, but okay.
Yeah. Hooper has doubts about the shark being the shark. And then, or shortly after that, Mrs. Kintner arrives to put Brody in his place, sort of.
How old do we think she is?
Oh.
Because I can never buy that she's Alex's mum.
Well, let's work it back a little bit. So how old do we think Alex is? Like
12?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that makes her in her 40s?
Yeah.
Does she look in her 40s?
I mean, maybe she could be late 40s.
Yeah, okay.
Who's the dude with her? Is that her husband?
It's got to
really
be
old.
her father. It's got to be
That guy
Alex's
looks
grandpa.
exactly like my grandpa.
So is it your grandpa?
Apparently I'm related to the Kintners, yeah.
Okay, we'll go with that.
So I'm just going to throw out two little things on Mrs. Brody's age. Number one, people, I think you can come up with lots of examples that people maybe aged a little differently, even as much as 50 years ago as they do now.
Yeah.
So the idea that, that maybe she was 32 and just looked old. But I would also throw out there the idea that Spielberg, as a filmmaker, is capturing his view of things. And he has, again, which kind of doesn't match up with this movie altogether, but he has such an adolescent view of the world in a lot of his films that's how adults feel to adolescents, like they're super old, even though they're only 32. And so I think it's probably his impression of what the parent of a 12-year-old would look like in his mind as a filmmaker.
Did you want to mention anything else about that whole scene?
Yeah, this actually goes back, if anybody listened to our Untouchables podcast, and we laughed about the times when Elliot Ness would say something and immediately contradict himself. There's a moment in this scene where he says it's 100 to 1 shot, but then like 2 seconds later he says it probably is the shark.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, wait, is it a long shot or is it the shark? Like,
He gets his point across, though.
yeah.
He's trying to be polite. He's trying to say, it probably is.
I think he's just trying to get people to listen to him, isn't he? Because no one cares.
Believe that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't do that. He's not. He knows it's 100 to 1. It's more like 1,000 to 1
Yeah.
shot.
I mean, he knows.
Moron.
He
So much
actually
crap.
he actually knows that it's not the shark.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love the way he's told to get out of the way when he's measuring the jaws, and they're like, all they care about. Again, I said it before, just their photograph. Get out of the way. He's like, okay, trying to do his job.
Again, that's all they care about. They just want the photo up.
Yep.
So yeah, that means because Mrs. Kintner came along and confronted Brody, he's had a pretty bad day. So he goes home and he doesn't eat his dinner. So the scene in his house is my favorite scene in the film.
Yep.
Which sounds ridiculous, basically, because it's a film about sharks and boats and stuff. But I liken it to my favorite scene in Raiders of the Lost Ark, which is before all of the action starts, the two military intelligence people come and recruit Indy to try and find the Lost Ark, which is my favorite scene in that film. It's a bit like that. It's just this sort of really gentle, kind of beautifully played out scene of just people talking in a room.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
It is my favourite scene of the film, yeah. No
Good.
question. Yeah.
Are you talking about the son imitating the dad as well?
That whole thing, yeah. From the moment we're in the Brody house to the point at which they leave to go and cut the shark open, that whole sequence I love.
Yeah, that part with the kid imitating the Brody is Spielberg the kid was just doing it.
Yeah,
and again Spielberg observed it and decided to put it in the movie. Just great instincts all the time.
Mm-hmm.
it's amazing, and I love the way. It's such a small thing, but I guess that's the point, is that when Brody leans in and goes, "Give us a kiss."
Mm-hmm.
That's a great line because that's what people say. They say stuff like that to their kids, like little throwaway informal lines. I mean, you just don't see that in other movies.
Yeah, and there's
No.
the show. The Hooper arrives, and Ellen answers the door, and again we've kind of background scene, but obviously there's stuff going on in the foreground with Brody, and you hear them brief interaction. He's saying, "Oh, I really want to talk to her," or him rather, and she says, "Yes, so do I."
So would I, yeah.
Yeah, and that's great. And then Hooper approaches Brody, and they don't say much until he says, "How was your day?" It's so good. It's so natural, and they both kind of look broken, but in a kind of
It
shared
breaks
way.
the tension too, though.
Yeah.
because they laugh.
Yeah,
And then I love Brody pulling over the food and just starts eating it.
Oh, Hooper, yeah. He just
Yeah,
says, "Is anybody eating this?" And just
Hooper,
dives
and
right in.
immediately picks it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody eating this?
And my
Everyone's
favorite
responding.
part of that scene is when Hooper tells Brody to let the wine breathe.
Yeah.
And he proceeds to just ignore him and pour an entire tumbler of wine.
An entire tumbler of wine, a tumbler that already had something in it.
Yeah, there's something already in it. And then he proceeds to pour Ellen and Hooper a glass, and they're properly measured. But he gets an entire tumbler with something else already in it, probably water, I guess.
So
yeah.
my notes on this scene, it's one word. It just says "wine!" ! Because I love that whole thing. When Hooper tells him, you should probably let that breathe. Nothing.
Yeah.
And his whole thing about why he loves sharks. He saw a shark take apart a boat. He says the word oar hooks.
Yeah.
Is that a thing? Are oar hooks a thing? I feel
they're
like
the things that oars go in.
which
But I think in the UK they're called rowlocks. aren't they?
Rollocks. Yeah, I always knew they were
Rollocks.
Rollocks. Yeah. But maybe they're called oar hooks in the United States. Again, right in.
I'm landlocked. I don't know.
Yeah.
Call yourself a sailor.
Yeah. Well, we know that Chris isn't going anywhere near the water, so it's fine.
I just like I just love. Maybe it's the wine. Maybe it's that glass of wine. But the confidence at the end of the scene when Brody says, "I'm chief of police."
I can do anything.
I just love the way he says it.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to jump ahead to the attack in the pond, in inverted commas. I guess that's what they call the estuary of the beach area. Michael is sailing in the pond with his 2 or 3 mates. One of his friends is really grumpy. He's like, just get that undone. Get that undone there.
Yeah.
Like, just chill out, man. It's just,
It's 4th of July, right? What's your problem? They're in a boat in an estuary. It's not even yours. You just freeload in here.
Yeah.
And he's just, what is he, the captain? Hate him.
He's just like, just get it done. Shut up. It should have been him that got eaten.
Yeah.
Not the guy.
Oh,
The guy was coming to help.
He's coming to help.
So we see the shark get its victim in the estuary, and then all hell breaks loose at that point. But before then, we see the mayor asking folks or persuading folks to go into the water. And I don't understand this bit. Right? Firstly, why do they agree to do it? And secondly, I don't really understand why it matters. Right? The beaches are open.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's there.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So it's not like, at this point, it's not like more people are coming. What does it matter? All the population who are going to come there appear to be there anyway. I don't really understand it. You might have some small revenue off inflatables if people go into the water, but I don't really understand it. And ultimately, it causes well, maybe it doesn't cause a problem, but I think it detracts, or rather distracts, the police and the Coast Guard or whoever doing their job. Ultimately,
I think I have an answer to your question.
Mm-hmm.
If the people are just sitting on the beach not having fun, and they've paid to be there that day, but the mayor's worried about who's going to come back to sit on a beach. He wants people in the water having fun, swimming, enjoying a summer vacation, and I think that's why
he's also paid a lot of money for a protective ring of boats.
Yeah.
So do you think it's forward planning on the mayor's part? He's thinking about next summer, and we want these people to come back.
Next summer, next week, right? They have as they made clear in the meeting, 24 hours is like 3 weeks. So, we need these people having a good time and coming back and telling friends about how much fun they'd have if they visited Amity. So that's why he's concerned about. It's not just that you're there, but you need to have fun so that this continues.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
That's fair.
Because they can go down. They can go to Cape Cod. They can go down the
Long Island.
They could.
Yep.
I just before I forget, they've given all of the different boats like code names.
Yeah.
Like Daisy and what have you. First of all, how are you going to remember? Like, you've literally just thrown this group of people together, and every single boat has a different code name. And you're gonna wait, which one's Daisy? Is Daisy that one, or is it that one over there? I don't know. But one of them's called Fascinating Rhythm.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So my point was going to be that the kids with the shark fin distract the guys trying to do their job to a degree which I actually think, if they hadn't done that, potentially the mayor's plan and Brody's plan to, kind of protect the beach in the way they did would have worked.
But they took their eye off the ball because of the kids with the
those
fin.
idiots.
Yeah.
There's a great shot actually of Brody as a panning shot as he's sprinting. He's getting faster and faster through the crowd, and they pan. Obviously they pan with Brody, and this, he's running behind people and stuff. It's just such a good shot. It's got the urgency as he's speeding up.
You can almost shows you his thought process.
Yeah.
Like, he becomes more panicked as the panning continues.
Yeah.
It's great.
And then ultimately he actually gets in the water this time. So because it's his own son, I guess, is the safety nets have come off at that point for him.
They have the quick scene in the hospital because Michael's in the hospital. They keep him overnight for mild shock, by the way. That seems a bit excessive. I don't know.
Is the guy pushing the trolley with Michael on the guy from the beach at the start? Because he looks very similar. He looks like James Hunt again.
Oh, maybe.
I don't know if that was done on purpose. I don't know. I didn't go back and check. Looks very similar. Anyway.
So what?
As someone who lives in the United States, I am surprised they kept him overnight. Not that the hospital wanted to observe him, but I'm surprised insurance agreed to pay for that. So.
Well, he's the chief of police, so his insurance will probably pay for anything, I should think, isn't it? I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know. Couple of things. She asks him what ice cream he wants. He says coffee. What kid likes coffee ice cream? That's not right, is it?
No.
Didn't make sense, no.
I mean, he's a very sophisticated
Clearly.
kid, yeah.
Well, he's from New York. He probably...
Well, speaking of, when Brody tells his wife to take Sean back home, she says, back to New York, ? I think that's a low blow.
Yes.
That's low.
It's pretty low.
It's basically her
Especially in that
saying,
moment.
it's her saying, I don't like it here.
Yep.
It's bad. I just think she just needs to rein it in a smidge, that's all.
Well, I mean, in her defense, her son was almost eaten by a shark, so I don't blame her for not liking it there.
Yeah. Well, okay. Fine. I'll give her a pass. Okay.
It doesn't sound like you're really giving her the pass.
No, I'm not.
No.
I didn't think so.
Did you want to do your hot take now? Because the mayor and Brody have the conversation in the hospital.
Yeah, let's go ahead. Yeah, let's do that. So, the thing is, the mayor's not wrong. Okay, now, in the big picture of the entire scope of the movie, he up being wrong. But everything Hooper says about sharks is wrong. It's not true. That's not how sharks behave. And we aren't their food source. So the people, as we noted, wanted him to keep the beaches open. They were quite clear on that. I mean, the woman, the That's Not Funny at All woman, she was there on the beach when the Kittner boy got eaten. She was there, and she still is like, no, keep the beach open. And I would, as evidence that the mayor's not wrong, is this isn't how sharks behave. We know that now. We know a lot more about shark behavior now than we did back then. Sharks don't do this. He was right in his instincts that sharks aren't going to section off a territory of beach and eat people. We're not their food. They don't like eating us. If there's a school of seals or sea lions somewhere, he'll be off in that direction anyway. So if he was going to shut the beaches down, it was going to kill their business and most likely wasn't going to affect anything, because under normal circumstances, sharks don't behave this way. This is a bizarrely behaving shark. So I think the mayor, by the way, mayor in Jaws 2 gets reelected. He's back.
Yeah. And he does the same thing again, by the way.
Yeah. So I think the people understood that as well, that he really was just looking out for the best interests of the town.
And himself.
Yes. I mean, you know, the re-election is quite a key point you make there, Chris. I mean, it's...
Because we're in that conversation with Brody, it sounds like he's working on his speech to kind of exonerate himself from blame. You know, Brody's talking at him, and he's sort of not listening. He's mumbling. He's mumbling, and if you listen to what he's saying, he's kind of coming up with reasons why he made the decisions that he did.
But in order for Brody's close the beaches, then you'd have to close the entire eastern seaboard of the United States. Because if they don't swim there, then just like how the chief says they'll go down to Cape Cod or Long Island, well, the shark will too. I just don't.
Yeah, so it's not their problem anymore. Perfect.
I'm just saying this isn't how sharks behave, and the mayor was right in his instincts that this isn't normal shark behavior. And now it turns out this wasn't a normal shark, and he was wrong in the long run. I'll concede that. But in the moment, I think he was making the right call.
But he didn't make that call. He didn't make that call because he had some kind of insight into normal shark behavior. He made that call from a purely selfish point of view. So while
I don't know if it's selfish. I think he's doing his job. He's looking out for his constituents.
It's a political point of view with a large dose of self-interest.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Sorry, Chris. You're outvoted.
I like you. Actually, I think on balance, I don't think some of his decisions, the way they opened the beach and had that kind of ring of defense, I think that, as I mentioned, I think that works unless you get idiots in with shark fins. So I actually think that was a pretty decent compromise. It just didn't work out.
Like I said, the whole thing works if we weren't dealing with what happens to be, I think, the most intelligent, psychotic shark in the world.
Yeah.
Again, sharks don't behave this way. This isn't. People go free diving with great whites now. We've learned a lot about these animals. They're not.
Me.
Hooper doesn't know anything about sharks, as it turns out. He's completely wrong. So they definitely don't climb up on boats and eat sea captains and stuff. I don't know, but
have you not seen Jaws?
Again, in the long run, he was right. They were right because the shark was a psycho. But how was the mayor supposed to know that? Okay,
we should do Sharknado with you, Chris. I mean,
yeah.
I mean,
no, we really shouldn't.
No.
Speaking of cost, you mentioned you mentioned it earlier, having to pay quite a lot of money to build the ring of boats and all of. How many people in those boats were there? There were a lot of
freeloaders,
various police and I don't know whoever. And but they didn't want to cough up the 10,000 to pay Quint, but they'll pay all of the guys
different budgets
for the 4th of July weekend.
Politics. There's a helicopter flying over. It gets a Coast Guard helicopter, you know.
Well, the $3,000, that wasn't coming from the government, right?
Oh, no, that's from Mrs. Kittner, isn't it?
Kittner, I think, with the bounty out, so...
No, but Quint says it's going to take more than 3,000. It's going to take 10,000. Right. So you need to decide whether you want to ante up or whether you're going to spend the winter on welfare. So he's saying that you need to pay me. It's not just going to be Mrs. Kittner's money. So yeah, the mayor's tight, but also doesn't mind spending money on all of that law enforcement anyway.
Could be he didn't want to give it to Quint.
Yeah, didn't trust him.
I don't blame him.
Yeah. He is a bit of a loose cannon, as we find out later on. So yeah, well, let's talk about that. So they go to Quint's shack when they finally decide they are going to pay him. Quint's shack is great. I'm just going to say
that scene is good, isn't it?
Yeah. Do you know how to tie a sheep shank?
No, but Hooper does.
Yeah.
What I do like about that is that Quint doesn't care.
No.
Hooper does this really great knot. He throws it. He literally throws it at him, and he just bats it away. Like, I don't care that you can do that. Look at your hands.
He didn't even tell him how short he wanted it.
No.
One of my most fascinating things in that in this scene, by the way, did you guys catch a look at Quint's groceries?
No.
When he goes over to the pot of shark jaws that he's stewing.
Yeah.
There's a little shelf of groceries. There's a bottle of ketchup, a bottle of Heinz ketchup. There's a couple of things of Campbell's tomato soup.
Okay, he likes tomato-based products.
Yeah, he's got some groceries sitting on the shelf.
What's he doing boiling the thing? I don't know what that is. Is he just cleaning it to then hang it up?
Probably, yeah, another trophy for his wall.
Trophy for his wall, and my guess is, they never say this, but my guess is he probably sells them as souvenirs and trinkets.
Yeah. But the boiling is just to clean it, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or, I know, you make some nice soup out of it. Shark jaw soup.
Tooth.
Shark
jaw soup.
So there's a line in there, and this isn't really necessarily a small stuff line, but I'm going to make a small stuff association with it. So there's the line, I'm talking about sharking for a living.
Mm-hmm.
I love to use that when I'm playing sports. If somebody makes like a hardworking play, I'll yell that out. I'm talking about sharking for a living. So
yeah,
in basketball, somebody goes and gets a hard rebound and puts it back in, or something like that. Or playing hockey, somebody digs the puck out of the corner. Yeah, I love yelling that line out. I'm talking about sharking for a living.
No one else around you understands what you're saying, but you do.
One person.
Okay.
There's one person that is with me that enjoys it when I say it. Everybody else probably doesn't. Yeah.
And you keep doing it just for that one person.
Yeah, maybe they think I'm a seafaring man. Who knows?
The scene on Quint's dock where they're sort of loading up all of the equipment into the boat.
I think that scene's fantastic. Ellen is following Brody in. He's got his gear, and she's he's reminding. He's being reminded about his socks and the stuff for his nose, and all along that's all going on, and then all you can hear in the background is Quint just barking. Like
constantly.
Obscenities and stupid like maritime jokes and little shanties.
Did you take your Dramamine?
Yes. Line's in the locker room.
I put an extra pair of glasses in your black socks, and there's the stuff for your nose. The zinc oxide and Blistex is in the kit.
Son of a bitch!
He's clearly in his element. Like he's getting sort of pumped to go out onto the seas. Yeah. But it's brilliant because we get the shark cage come across, and he warns someone to make sure there's enough space for that, and it crashes down, and he's ranting at somebody, and again the whole thing. So Ellen's doing this very simple thing of just reminding him what he's got in his bags, and all you can hear in the background is Quint barking at people. It's brilliant.
A little rant about how little girls aren't as smart as their grandmothers.
Yeah, what's he going on about? He's just talking nonsense all the time.
But then also to take it back down to earth, you talk about Ellen talking about mundane things. The chief says to his wife, don't use the fireplace downstairs. I haven't quite finished it. It's the middle of summer. Yeah. You're not going to need to use the fireplace. It's fine.
It might get cold in the evenings on the coast. You never know.
I didn't have this in my notes, but let me ask you guys your opinion. Ellen runs off crying.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of an overreaction.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's pretty scary. Quint clearly has a bit of a reputation on the island for being a bit of a loose cannon, as I said earlier. And she's watching her, or rather not watching her husband sail off, bearing in mind he hates boats, and he's sailing off to catch a shark that has already killed multiple people on the island with an absolute lunatic at the helm. I think it's fair.
Yeah.
Plus, she can't use the downstairs fireplace, so
maybe that's why she's upset.
Oh, you haven't finished it? How outrageous!
In the book, she's having an affair with Hooper.
That's right. Yeah.
So maybe she's really crying over Hooper because she was hoping he'd come over and use the fireplace with her. She didn't know he was going to go.
So yeah, I was really hoping that Hooper wasn't going to go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that's it.
And then, of course, we see the orca depart and is going out to sea. And still, Quint is just... I mean, no one's talking to him. He's gone mad. He's just singing and joking and laughing, and no one is talking.
I think you nailed it on the head when you said he's just in his element. He's just... This is what he lives for, right? The promise of another voyage.
By the way, Andy, Jess can vouch for this. This is basically what I was like at Graceland, so...
Good.
Just singing and ranting.
And shouting and...
Oh, excellent. Sea shanties, you know.
Yeah, saying stupid things.
Yeah. Rude, lewd
annoying
jokes.
everybody.
Yeah.
Women running away crying.
I understand that part.
Mm-hmm. I saw that many times.
Yeah.
All right, in an unprecedented step, we aren't finished with the small stuff, but we're going to take a break. So conveniently, Jaws actually splits itself up nicely in two parts, doesn't it? The island part and the orca part. So I thought that was why that was a good moment to have a quick break. But we'll go straight on to the action on the orca. The first scene that is worth mentioning potentially is when they get their first bite, and he starts having to trying to reel him in.
Just the shot where. And I'll mention it again, the sound of the line being slowly pulled out.
The clicks.
Yeah, Quint just side-eyeing the reel as it's slowly drawn out. It's so good. I love that. I love that shot. It's brilliant. And then the contraption seat he puts himself into is so inadequate, as we see.
Well, yeah, for this particular job, it's inadequate. Yeah, definitely.
I'm not strapping myself into something that I'm attaching to a shark.
Yeah, quite. I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
The thing that's going to happen here is you're going to get pulled out to sea.
Yeah. It pulled the cleats out.
Yeah.
So, again, we are working on the assumption that it's an ordinary shark, though, right? And Quint has already proven by all of the shark skeletons or whatever they are, jaws on his wall, that he can catch sharks. He knows what he's doing. So it's obviously worked many times before, that, I don't know, the fishing chair, whatever it is.
They do make the point several times. Has you ever seen one do this before?
Yeah.
They do it more than once.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question for you guys, because I think this is kind of like would go under unanswerable questions. Who's right about the first catch? Is it Quint or is it Hooper? Quint says it was the shark. Hooper's like, no, it wasn't.
Well, Hooper doesn't think it's a shark. And that's all he's saying is, right, it's not a shark. He has no proof of that. He just doesn't think it is.
Mm-hmm.
And then the piano wire breaks, and it's like, yeah, it probably was a shark.
Yeah, that's my take.
Yeah, so I think it was.
Hooper says that proves nothing.
Yeah.
And that's when Quint has his line, proves you city boys don't.
Yeah.
Okay, so, well, I guess we don't know then, do we?
No,
It's got to be. It's the shark. It's the shark just toying with them, just playing with them.
I think, right. If it was just a normal shark, it wouldn't be the shark. This is a super intelligent shark that is spiteful and vindictive.
Yeah. I've just remembered there's one thing I wanted to mention that Quint says. I think it's just after the gas cylinder gets knocked over or gets like, he pulls the wrong line or whatever, and the gas cylinder rolls across the floor, and he says, "That's fancy equipment, Mr. Hooper. I don't know what our shark's going to be doing with it. I've seen one eat a rocking chair once."
Yeah.
What? Okay, I would like to know the circumstances when Quint got to see a shark eat a rocking chair.
Yeah.
Was that what he had on his boat before he had the fishing chair?
Maybe that's it.
He just had a rocking chair back
Yeah,
then?
he just bailed out before he got pulled overboard, and that's it.
Hey, I'd watch a Quint prequel.
Yeah.
Oh, so would I.
They need to make that.
That's
oh my
a
God,
great.
as soon as you
That's
said
a
it.
great idea.
We'd find out how the shark ate the rocking chair.
Yes, that definitely would be.
Oh my goodness, that would be an amazing film.
Yeah.
Yeah, make it happen, Chris. You're
All
the
right,
you're the writer amongst us. Do it.
Pull some strings. Get it done.
Then they have the first real sighting of the shark with the famous bigger boat line, etc., etc. Chris, I mean, we've all got something to say here, so Chris, why don't you start?
First of all, it almost spawned a great game company, Jess. I'll say that. But the line, that's a 20-footer, 25, 3 tons of them. That is a well-used family line that my children have adopted. Anytime anything of any especially surprising size occurs in our life, somebody will say that's a 20-footer, and somebody will respond 25, 3 tons of them.
That's good.
Sure. It's probably the best sign that I've actually done some good parenting in my life.
Yeah, I was going to say exactly that.
Kids, yeah, to do that.
You've raised them well, Chris.
Response. Yeah.
This is another reason why I think Richard Dreyfuss is the MVP of the movie. His physicality in the scene where they're trying to get the barrel tied up, and he runs down and grabs the tracker, and he jumps back on. He climbs through the window of the orca and slides in and starts tying the thing off. And his physicality is so good. I've never thought of Richard Dreyfuss in that way. But this is young Richard Dreyfuss, and he's so light on his feet, and he moves so well, and he looks so at home. Doesn't he run up to the bridge and he goes, "Rig another barrel, I'm coming around again." And he's just, we talk about Quint in his element earlier. This is Hooper in his element. It's so great.
Yeah. Quint's got the call from the shore, and Ellen's inquiring how things are going, and just his garbled response, whatever it is he says.
We just caught a couple of stripers or something, he says.
It's just absolute nonsense. We'll be back for dinner, yada yada. Just slams.
He just says over and out. He doesn't give them a chance.
It's just absolute contempt. He's just not interested.
Then the turn. I don't want to call it the turning point of the film. I don't know. There's when just after they've eaten dinner, they compare scars. Quint tells the tale of the Indianapolis. Chris, over to you.
All right, so Jess, I apologize. I'm breaking protocol here. I'm pausing from "Don't forget the small stuff" because I can't not acknowledge the speech. Like, my personal opinion, I'm not saying it's the greatest speech in movie history. I'm saying it's my favorite speech in movie history that I've ever seen, and it's the most brilliantly delivered I've ever seen. If we were doing an all-time Oscars, I would nominate Shaw as Best Supporting Actor all time. Not even nominated for an Oscar that year, by the way.
Which is just scandalous.
Just stunning. And yeah, just the USS Indianapolis speech, to me, it's why I love movies. Moments written like that, delivered like that. Movies are also visual for me, but that's secondary. I'm about character and the writing. It's my favorite thing in movies, and that's as good as it is. It just doesn't get better. So I'm sorry, it's not small stuff, but I had to say it.
No, it's all good.
You can't ignore it. It's impeccable, isn't it? Like you say, it's the story in itself. Obviously, is harrowing, but the way he delivers it is remarkable. It's so brilliant.
I agree. I'll bring it into the small stuff just briefly though, because there's I would say it's a moment of genius right at the beginning of that speech when Hooper is still laughing and joking, and to calm him down and to kind of recalibrate the conversation, Quint just leans over and touches his arm, and he says, "Hooper, that's the USS Indianapolis." And that touch of the arm is, for me, it's what kicks the whole speech off, and it just means that, no, you need to just settle down a minute here, buddy. This is important. This is serious.
It's like, hold my beer. Here we go.
And a good show, not tell. And you've been talking quite a bit, Jess, about Dreyfuss's performance in this movie, and Dreyfuss's reaction to that is incredible.
Yep. He kind of does a little kind of cough laugh, and then he's like, "Whoa, okay."
Yeah, he kind of can't breathe.
Yeah.
What's that one? What? That one there, on your arm. Oh, well, it's a tattoo. I got that removed.
Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Mother. What is it?
Hooper, that's the USS Indianapolis.
All right, we'll let you have that, Chris. Good point.
I'm
Well
sorry.
made. So we're going to skip a few scenes because I want to talk about the moment they managed to get the ropes tied off on the stern cleats, and essentially they start getting dragged by the shark backwards through the water, and Hooper's yelling, "It's impossible! It's impossible!" And just that whole sequence is incredible.
Yeah.
As an action sequence with the water just spray everywhere, the boat's filling up, because that would happen obviously when you're being pulled backwards through the water and the rear of the boat is flat and it's wavy. It's going to be buffeting and bashing, and I just think that whole sequence is filmed so incredibly well. I don't know how they did the audio, whether they dubbed it in later, but how do you record the people yelling in that moment? And it's just, I don't know enough about filmmaking, but it's just awesome. I love that whole sequence.
So right after that, and the boat is starting to noticeably sink. So Quint hands out life vests to the other two. Those are the most disgusting looking life vests that I've ever. They're like all greasy and like black with grime, and oh my gosh! First, like, how old are they, and how long have they been sitting there molding? And just disgusting. I think I wouldn't put it on. I'd be like, whatever. I'll
take your chances.
I don't know. Yeah, that's gross.
They do then change their plan, and Quint's plan is like, we're gonna take it into the shallows and drown him. We're gonna draw him in and drown him. Yeah. Those are the words, aren't they?
He is pushing the engine clearly beyond its capabilities, given the damage it's endured so far, and there's a comical amount of black smoke just billowing out of the entire boat. I think it's just shortly after the engine decides it's not going to work anymore. There's a brilliant little musical motif. Quint's looking around the boat, and there's a little motif of "Farewell to You Old Spanish Ladies," whatever that.
Oh yeah.
It's a little note to that as he's looking forlorn at his broken boat.
Yeah, it's basically playing the same song back to Quint, isn't it?
Yeah.
Saying, okay, you're done now.
It's a nice little touch.
Then they kind of basically last resort, right? Hooper says it. Do you have any better suggestions? I've got to go down in the shark cage and try and poison this guy.
Watching it last night, taking notes, which I'm pausing a lot, and I'm very hyper aware of how many minutes are left in the movie throughout the movie.
Mm-hmm.
I was shocked that this happens with 15 minutes left. If you had asked me off the top of my head, again, seeing this movie many, many times, I would have said, oh, the Dreyfus goes into the water. There must be at least a half hour left, maybe more. This is like the second final scene, basically.
Yeah.
It shocked me that's, and I don't know if it's because this might be the fastest 2-hour movie I've ever seen. Like, everything just speeds along. It's so seamless in how it goes from scene to scene. The editing in this movie is incredible. That I guess that's partly why it catches me off guard. I do want to mention, though, as a small stuff thing, I find it interesting that Richard Dreyfuss can't say the word suggestions.
Does he not say suggestions?
He says, "You got any better suggestions?" It's like almost slurred out. Like maybe he dipped into Quint's little brew there a little bit without us knowing.
Well, maybe he's not the MVP.
He can't say the word. It's suggestions. There's a lot of shing in there. So yeah, that always stands out to me. I always enjoy that.
Is his shark cage really bad, or is it just the shark is incredibly strong?
The second thing. I think it's the shark is incredibly. I mean, it's a regular shark cage, right?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It looks like it's made of foil.
Well, I think that's probably intentional on the filmmaker's perspective to show us how strong our shark is.
But keep in mind, this is a shark that Quint had never seen a shark take down 2 barrels before, and this one takes down 3.
Yeah.
So
there you have it.
But he still goes in.
Because do you have any better suggestions? Sorry,
suggestions? No.
This one's a little bit of just a question for you guys, actually. You're Brody. You're on the mast. It's sinking. You're eyeing down the shark. He's trying to hit the tank, right? Like,
yeah, he says multiple occasions. He says, "Blow up." He keeps saying, "Blow up."
Show me the tank or something. He says that, doesn't he? Yeah.
Right. So you have to save the last bullet for yourself, right?
Oh, no.
No?
No.
Hold it. Is he using a rifle?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think no.
I don't know. I think you put every last effort into killing the shark. You have to.
Not me.
Yeah.
No,
Okay, so you've got a bullet left, Chris. You got a bullet left. The shark's right there. The tank's in your face. You could just shoot the tank. No, I'm going to save it for me. No, you shoot the tank.
No, I'm saving the last bullet for myself. There's no way I'm not, because we're gonna get this later on, right? There are different ways to die, and I'm not getting eaten by a shark. No,
All right.
that's not how I'm going out. So.
Yeah, we've already established that that's a thing.
Andy, what about you?
No, I agree with you. Actually, it's funny. I've gone through my life thinking that this is not a tough watch, but it is. I found myself looking away at Quint's demise. Yeah. I can't watch it. I don't want to watch it. It's horrible. Obviously it's fairly badly done by today's standards, but it's just disgusting. And I put myself in his situation. I'm projecting myself into that situation, and I can't bear it. I can't bear it at all. So I'm torn, actually. I think the rifle, if it was a pistol, I think it might be a little easier to make a quick decision. But with a rifle, I wouldn't even know how to the logistics of doing that.
That's true. Now, I just think it's your very last moment. You're either going to shoot the tank in the shark or shoot yourself. I don't know. I think you maximize your chance of killing the shark, I think. How many bullets in the chamber or in the magazine do you think? Not many, like 8?
I don't know.
So, you're reducing your chances by whatever it is, 12% or something.
Yeah. But you're reducing your chances of being eaten alive by a shark by 100%, and
okay,
that's where I'm going on this.
Fine.
All right, my other thing I wanted to bring up was even before he's blown up, there's no way this was worth it for Bruce the shark, right?
Yeah.
So just kind of cataloging, like, what are some of the things that happens to Bruce because he decides to pick this fight. He gets 3 barrels shot into him with, spears attached to the end, basically. He gets shot several times by Quint's pistol, or rifle, and shoots the shark several times with the rifle. Brody shoots it several times with a pistol. Hooper, when he's in the cage, stabs the shark in the head
repeatedly
with a knife.
Yep.
I also believe there's a moment where Brody stabs the shark.
Yeah, with the spear thing.
Spear.
Yep.
Just go hunt some seals, dude. Like, how is this worth this? And again, sharks don't even like eating people.
No, he gets a mouthful of wood and an old guy.
Yeah.
And also a mouthful of compressed air tank, cylinder.
Yeah.
Right.
2 days
none of
hunting.
That's got to be fun for Bruce.
Yeah.
Just go hunt a seal. How badly is a seal going to hurt you? I know they have claws and stuff, but not getting stabbed by that spear, getting shot a bunch of times.
I feel bad. I feel bad for him.
I don't hate that shark.
My when I showed this movie to my youngest the first time, that was her reaction. She said it was not his fault. He was just being a shark.
Well, yeah, fair. Yeah, except he wasn't. He's an unusual shark. He was the black sheep of the family.
Yes. And then my last thing here is this would be my nomination for the best use of final credits ever. Which, first of all, they're super short.
Mm-hmm.
And I love the way it's shot from way far away. So you can barely see them. You can see they've made it to the beach okay, but barely.
Mm-hmm.
And you hear their dialogue. The music starts playing in over the top. I think it's just the perfect way to use end credits to end your movie. And I don't really care for all these post-credit scenes that movies do. I like this better. Don't make me sit through 8 minutes of CGI credits so I can see your last little dumb joke. This is just wrap up your story. These 2 guys make it back. Perfect.
Yeah.
Sound.
Agreed.
Everything.
Yeah, I agree. Is it rivaled only by the outtakes of the Cannonball Run?
The outtakes of the Cannonball Run.
That was good.
Now you're talking.
Yeah. All right, cool, good. Well, that'll do it with for the small stuff. We'll take another break. All right, we're going to do the categories, but before we do the main categories, I just want to cover a couple of little things. Quick hits, if you like. These both came up when we did our Untouchables podcast, and we've sort of decided that maybe we'll keep our eyes open in future films for this. The correct use of binoculars, or the correct kind of representation of binoculars. There are a lot of people looking through binoculars, especially in the fake fin scene, but we don't get to see through the binoculars. We don't get a POV view, so we can't make any comment on that, unfortunately. But we also discussed really bad ways to die. Again, this came from the Untouchables and the old Roman tradition of putting them in a bag with a rat after cutting off their nose and throwing them in the river.
Lovely.
So quite a few people die in this film. They're all relatively similar. They all get eaten by a shark.
They do.
Is there a worst one? Who's got the worst death?
For me, it's about knowing or not knowing you're going to be eaten by a shark. That's the difference.
Okay.
Because Quint knows. Right?
Yeah.
He's got time to understand what's happening, and that horrible bit where he's kind of dancing on the shark's nose, right? Chrissy, no idea. Guy in the estuary, probably no idea.
Alex Kintner.
No idea.
Pippet?
No idea.
Okay, go ahead and finish, Andy, and then I'm
I was about to say, I'm not sure. I think I think it's Quint. I think that's the worst.
Just knowing that it's coming, and then actually the way it happens is just horrendous.
I hate it.
Can I vote for Pippet, or does it have to be a person?
No, you can vote for whoever you want. No rules.
Because here's why I think Pippet's might be worse. Because, well, you're absolutely right. There's those moments of sheer terror as you're trying to keep yourself from slipping into the shark's mouth, and then it shakes him around for a little bit before it actually crunches down and finishes the job. I think Pippet probably got swallowed whole.
Oh my goodness.
So Pippet had to be like alive in the shark's stomach for
this
a
is
little
not
bit.
for animal lovers, this one, is it? Come on.
Man.
You're right, that's horrific.
That's my vote.
Okay.
Being alive in the stomach of an animal.
Whose idea was this? This is a terrible category.
It's amazing. So I don't know. I think it is for me it's probably Quint, but I do want to just say something about Chrissy Watkins, because one of the things that makes her death so horrific is that she has no idea what's happening to her. She's getting pulled around in the ocean. She's like clings onto the buoy for a little bit, and then she gets pulled down. It's like this unknown force is causing her intense pain and whipping her around like a rag doll before she dies. That moment of not only terror but uncertain terror and like what the hell is happening, I think that's pretty horrific as well. But it's Quint. It's definitely Quint. All right, let's cheer things up a little bit. Let's visit audio.
Right.
Let's visit audio corner. Andy, what's your favorite audio moment?
Okay, I've already mentioned the clacking of the rod when the shark takes first bite, but for me, it's got to be the Jaws theme. I don't know any other movie franchise, if you want to call it that, where you can identify it with two notes. It's so iconic. I can't ignore it.
In my notes, it says, so I've got a few that I'm going to bring up. In my notes, it says the song, comma, duh. Like,
yeah, duh.
Yeah, I mean, obviously.
Yeah.
But there's some honorable mentions. I love the harmonica in the opening scene. The whale song during the storytelling scene.
Nice.
I like that. And so it's actually kind of famous in Hollywood lore, the audio work they did to get the drowning sounds from Chrissy Watkins. They brought a woman in and basically waterboarded her.
I think it was her. It was Chris. It was the actress.
Was it the same actress?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And yeah.
It was Steven Spielberg and I guess the sound recorder guy, the sound engineer. got her to scream while pouring cups of water down her face.
Pretty horrifying, but effective. It worked. I mean, it's...
So what's your pick then, Chris?
Oh, it's the song. I mean, come on. That's the easiest thing I've ever had to choose in my long history of podcasting.
So I'm going to zag. I'm going to say, for me, it is musical, my winner. But it's when they first see the shark, and it swims past the orca for the first time. There's some stirring music playing, so it's not the famous bit, but there's some stirring music playing, and then so that bit, and then shortly after that, everyone sort of jumps to attention and dives into action, and they start doing the barrels and all that kind of stuff, and then it gets all very adventure movie soundtrack at that moment as well. And those two combinations of the kind of the stirring audio and then the all action audio, I love that little combination there. So that's my pick. I do want to also just have a quick shout out to the sound effects when Hooper is digging in he's cutting open and digging into the stomach of the tiger shark. There's some sort of not quite squelchy, but sort of almost like noises going on, and I just love that. All right, best looking scene.
Oh boy. So I'm going to list a few here. There's we've already mentioned it. The way they film the attack on the Kittner boy is incredible.
Mm-hmm.
I almost feel kind of gross putting best looking on that because it's so horrifying, and all the blood that's like just spewing out and filling the water, just incredible. The shark going into the pond, the way they shoot all of that, finishing with the last shot of the open ocean when Brody's just looking at the ocean, probably as far as just camera work and visual direction is probably one of my favorite shots ever in any movie. All the overhead shots of the shark passing under the boat are cool. Quint standing on the end of the plank with the rifle in his arms.
And as the boat is kind of lurching from side to side, he kind of rocks with it, which is great.
Yep.
And it's twilight, all that. But my pick that I'm going to go with, because this is the only probably look of a scene that's ever actually had an effect on how I live my life. I can't. I know this sounds so stupid, but I'm just going to be honest and admit it. I can't go in a swimming pool at night. And it's because it's lit the way it looks when they go and investigate Ben Gardner's boat.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. The underwater lighting.
Yep.
Yeah. So
so good,
so
Chris.
Stupid. I just can't do it.
No, that is a great shot, isn't it? It was on my list actually.
Yes.
I took it off to make it a bit more legible from my perspective, but it's they only show it for I don't know, a couple of seconds, don't they?
Right.
But it's so good.
Mm-hmm. We have a neighborhood pool, right? And I'll swim in that pool all day long. But as soon as it gets dark and the lights click on, I'm out. I'm not going in that water.
Oh, bless.
Hot tub at night? Would you do that?
What's that?
Hot tub at night?
Yeah, hot tub at night. I'd be all right.
There's no sharks in that. It's unlikely anyway. For my Chris,
my pick.
yeah. You mentioned the one I'm going to pick. It is Quint on the bowsprit of the boat, twilight, rocking away. It's weird actually because it's a moment of calm. It just looks super comfortable and it's really peaceful. And like I say, the sun is kind of low in the sky behind him. So that's mine.
So I wonder if I'm thinking of the same scene, because I've also got it's a sunset shot. It's the first night on the orca, and the sun is setting, and the orca is silhouetted in the foreground as it kind of chugs along. If anyone's looked at my Instagram account lately knows I love a good sunset silhouette. I wonder if we're talking about the same thing.
No, because you're looking up straight up the bowsprit, so down on deck level, looking up, and he's resting.
Okay, right.
Like
so
with his
mine's very close to yours then, but it's a little bit after, and it's the actual sunset with the boat chugging along. I do want to just give a quick shout out, a quick nomination at least, to when they go swimming right at the beginning with Chrissy goes swimming, and she does that synchronized swimmer thing where she sticks her leg right up in the air, like dead straight up in the air, and then she just disappears. I love that bit, and because it's a nice. The light in the shot is really cool as well, and she's sort of silhouetted. And I also had the Alex Kittner attack with the blood. But yeah, as you say, Chris, you can't really make that best looking scene, can you? My favorite category, the Monsieur Mendel Award for our favorite incidental character. I got a few here, and I'm quite pleased with some of mine. But let's start with you, Chris.
Okay, so Ben Gardner, I guess. I've never put that together. That was him.
Okay.
But he greets Hooper. Hey there yourself, or whatever he says.
Yeah.
When he meets him.
Hello. Hello back, young feller. How are you? Say, I hope you're not going out with those nuts, are you?
And then he gives his little monologue out at sea.
When we get them silly bastards down in that rock pile, there'll be some fun. They'll wish their fathers had never met their mothers when they start taking their bottoms out and slamming into them rocks, boy. Get away from there, you goddamn fool, you! What's the matter with you? What a slop is you crazy?
There's a guy that walks out of the harbor office right at the beginning of that scene.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And he's like wearing a little red hat or something like that. And he's like a classic New England maritime.
Do we think he's the harbour master?
Well, I'm picking this up for where you're putting it down here, Chris, because he's my pick. I'm almost certain. Okay. I'm almost certain he's the harbour master because he comes out of the harbour master's office, and his name is Frank Silver. It says Frank Silver, harbour master, and he's looking around as if to say, "What is going on here? I don't know what it is, but I like it."
He's such a salty maritime kind of dude, isn't he?
I was going to say, he is like made of the sea, right? Like, he doesn't have parents. He walked out of the ocean that age wearing that jacket.
Yeah. But he just, I'm guessing a harbour master's job is to make sure everyone's paying for their berth and looking after the harbour and all that kind of stuff, right? So he's just looking at all these boats showing up and he's like, oh, this is chaos, but maybe I'm going to get a little bit more money out of it. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
But my pick is Polly.
Who?
The secretary.
Oh,
the
yeah.
Secretary.
What have you got on?
You got to keep that incoming stuff. If this new filing system's going to work, and they're karate chopping. Polly. I love
she
Polly.
asks him, "What have you got on?" Yeah. Right? Like he's just got a tea towel over his shoulder. I don't know why she thinks it's a new outfit.
Bro.
She's in the movie like for 40 seconds, and I love Polly.
Yeah. I'm going to mention my little. I've picked Frank Silver, the harbour master, as my number one. But I'm just going to mention a couple of others. I love the store owner at the beginning when he goes to buy the supplies, and he's like, "You haven't got a single thing I ordered. You haven't got a beach umbrella." And the guy he's talking to, he's clearly just brought a shipment of whatever stuff. He's not saying a word. He's just like standing there, and this guy is just saying, "You haven't brought me anything. What are you doing?" And it's just, I love that. Pippet, I'm going to put Pippet as a nomination as well. I think he's great. We talked about how happy he is earlier. It's so nice. Yeah. And then Quint's mate, the guy with the orange hat, that follows him out of the town meeting with the dog, and then he's passing him stuff on the Orca when they're just about to leave.
Yep.
So, will you permit me a tangent just briefly?
Go for it.
Okay. Yep. This is years ago now when I had the DVD of The Usual Suspects, which is directed by Bryan Singer. I'm not really allowed to say his name anymore, but it's directed by Bryan Singer. And there was an interview in like the DVD extras of with Bryan Singer. And it's even more obscure than that because I'm pretty sure it was like almost an outtake of the interview with Bryan Singer about The Usual Suspects. Anyway, he is like speaking to someone off camera. And he talks about, because Bryan Singer's production company was Bad Hat Harry, which is obviously comes straight from Jaws. So he's obviously talking about Jaws to this guy off camera. And he's talking about how, this is going down a rabbit hole, on the extras of the deleted scenes or whatever, of the Laserdisc version of Jaws, there was some scenes that were cut out with Quint's mate in. And apparently he's got lines and everything in these deleted scenes. And he's like,
"Really?
No, sir, Mr. Quinn, I won't go with you," or something like that. I don't know exactly what he's saying. It's a long time ago since I watched this interview. So I've always had that with me in my head that Quint's mate did once upon a time have lines. Well, I love that.
Jess, can I say something I think will make you happy?
Please.
Quint's mate is absolutely going to be in our prequel.
Oh, yes. My God, yes, he is, of course. perfect. And we'll get to know where the dog came from and everything. Yeah, love it.
The whole thing.
Oh, mine is far less lofty than yours, Jess, certainly. I'm going with the Collective Morons, which Hugo Shark hunting.
Yep.
They are so dumb. It's almost, well, no, it's supposed to be comical, bit of light relief, I suppose. There's one guy dropping explosives. He's maybe like 100 meters out of the harbour, and maybe not even that. And he's dropping explosives from like this boat, which is tiny, directly below him. And the fuse goes off but a second after he drops it. What?
It's so nonsense. Like, what does he think the explosive is going to do anyway?
Blow him up. Yeah. It's the likely occurrence.
I love it because so Hooper says he sees one guy with, he said, "Hey, careful with that. That's dynamite." Yeah. And Brody's like, "Wait, where do you think you're going?" And the guy goes, "I'm going out on the water with dynamite."
And they're all idiots, and they're insulting Hooper when he's trying to get them. He's telling them they're overloading the boat, and just those people. Not only are they're obviously mercenary and after the money, but they're so ineffectual at what they're trying to do. Well, the guy who drops dynamite, he's wearing a red hat, perhaps. He's an idiot.
Yeah.
Anyway, him. Or them collectively, but him
collective idiots. All right. What's your favourite location or the best location in the movie, Andy?
The Orca. I mean, it's iconic for me. The beach is a beach. Mm-hmm. The town looks lovely and leafy and what have you, but the Orca kind of defines my my vision of what this movie is, rightly or wrongly. So, yeah, simple.
So I will ultimately agree with Andy, and I will say the Orca as well. However, you guys mentioned this earlier. Amity looks awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I would love to go visit. That little town looked really cool. I would spend a weekend in Amity for sure and go check out those little shops. And I bet you they have some great food.
Not bad.
And they're friendly because as you know, Amity means friendship.
Yep.
It does mean friendship, yeah. And the beaches are going to be open. Like, they're not closing those beaches
for anything.
Yeah.
So I feel like I was cheating a little bit, but I have put Amity as my favorite location. One of the reasons I love watching Jaws, and I do rewatch it regularly, is because I like spending time on Amity. I like being with the people, and so even as good as the second half of the film is, I think I prefer the first half of the film because I enjoy being on the island and I enjoy everything about the island and the people, and even though the mayor is cutthroat, even like the mayor somehow. So yeah, my pick is Amity.
I get it. I'm with you.
So your souvenir from the film, your prop or item that you'd love to own. You mentioned it earlier. I want Quint's fishing chair. I want that. I want to be able to have that.
Would you mount it on like a stand and just use it as a chair? Because it doesn't look comfortable.
I'd have it, and you'd have it in front of your TV or whatever, your reading nook, and you'd be like, and people would come over and go, "Oh, well, that's an unusual chair. Well, thank you."
Would you strap yourself in?
It's the chair. It's the chair from the Orca.
I don't know how many people that would get that, Jess, but like, I'm just picturing like you calling me up in Skype and being like, "Hey, Chris, I got to show you something. Look what I bought. Look what I found on eBay." I'm like, "What'd you get?" Yeah, I would be like, "That's the coolest thing anybody that I've ever known has owned."
And that would make it worthwhile, Chris. If I had something that you said that about, that would make it worth it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what I'd do with it, so I'm not, because my first thought was maybe Alex Kittner's raft.
What, post-attack, like the deflated kind of remains of it?
Yeah, chomp taken out of
What is that? What is this ragtag?
all stained red.
Yeah, red blood stained
piece of plastic.
But I think it'd be really cool, like for real, to own. If I could somehow get my hands on the board that says Orca on the piece of driftwood from the broken up ship that says Orca on it, I would hang that on my wall.
Yep.
That's perfect movie memorabilia stuff, isn't it? Something you can display.
Yeah.
Plays an important role in the film. Yeah, perfect.
So
and
mine,
when you called me to tell me about the chair, I'd be like, "Yeah, just look what I bought."
and I would rock up to that Skype conversation wearing Quint's hat.
Oh.
Yeah. So I want to know how it smells because it looks like it's
I
ingrained
don't.
in
I definitely do not.
oil and like fish and disgusting. And the peak is bent at the worst place. It's like got a crease like off center, and it. But I would wear the hell out of that.
I feel like Wardrobe really went to town on Quint. Like
Yeah.
we're gonna make him as authentic as possible.
Mm-hmm.
So that's your pick, is
I
it? Quint's
wondered while I
hat.
was watching the movie.
Yeah, Quint's hat.
During the movie, I'm like, where'd they go to find some of these clothes? Because these aren't new. Like this stuff is lived in and has been worn.
Yeah.
So that moves us on very nicely to coolest look. Chris, do you have any nominations for coolest look?
Well, so it's a mare's jacket, but it's not the one you're thinking of, Andy.
Oh, you've got it wrong.
I like that little stripy deal that he's wearing in the last scene that he's in.
Good grief.
I think you've done it wrong. Mine's the mare's jacket, but the correct one with anchors.
We
You
are
got the anchors.
at odds once again because I've written not mare.
Not mare.
No, every single thing he wears is terrible, and it's calculated. He's like, oh, I'm the mayor of a coastal seafaring town. I need to have a jacket with anchors on it.
Or pastels, or striped pastels. You can wear that jacket to the beach.
Yeah, I mean, he's wearing a deck chair for a jacket, or I don't know. It's
beautiful.
So you're both voting for the mayor.
Yeah. But, different jackets, but nonetheless, the mayor, yeah.
All right.
The mayor's wardrobe. That's what we love.
He's great.
So
you got to love something about the mayor, right?
So I have a couple of nominations though. I love the outfit that the woman that spots the shark going into the pond, the painter. She's got the kerchief on her head. She's got like really kind of painter's trousers on. She looks really good. So I'm gonna shout out to her. I like what Martin is wearing when Hooper comes over for dinner and there's the wine and everything. He's got a nice kind of plaid shirt and a yellow t-shirt on. I think he looks quite cool. But for me, it's a clear winner. It's the outfit that Hooper is wearing when he goes to Quint's shack. He's got like a light blue shirt underneath a navy blue like sweatshirt, but he's got the collar of the shirt showing at the neck, and he's got the sleeves rolled up so you can see the lighter blue collar or the cuffs. And he looks very nautical, but he looks very stylish as well. So I'm picking Hooper's blue combo.
Okay. There are no anchors on
I
that?
have to say to that, Jess, you've got city hands, Jess. You've been counting money your whole life.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, at least I'll look good doing it. I won't be wearing a blazer with anchors on it.
How about Hooper's pink shirt that he's wearing during story time?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not so good. Not so good.
Actually, it's funny. I've made this comment before, not on the podcast, but I think actually that if you look at wardrobe and generally if you look past some of the old cars and stuff, this movie has aged very well.
There's a few haircuts.
There's
James Hunt's haircut, for example.
Well, yeah. There's some things here which definitely age it in the mid-70s, but a lot of it actually it doesn't look bad still. Nothing looks.
Ellen Brody, right? Would we agree? Ellen Brody kind of timeless look in this movie.
Yeah.
We are going to finish as always with the closing credit. Andy.
Very short credits on this one, and just so you know, I only ever include stuff that's credited. So if you go to IMDb, there's 100 other people that I could have picked from, but of the credited folks, there is only one which is mildly amusing, and that is poor estuary victim, played by one Ted Grossman. Quick look at Ted Grossman's work. Must be a fave of Spielberg. He looks like he's a stunt coordinator or stuntman and part-time actor, and he's been in several of his movies. My notable other one that he was been appeared in was he was actually in Raiders. He was Peruvian Porter.
Yep.
He was also FBI man in The Goonies. FBI man.
Okay,
you know
so
him?
he's no, he's a cohort of Spielberg then.
Yeah.
Clearly.
So Ted Grossman, poor estuary victim.
He's the guy that goes, "You okay over there?"
Yeah, he only tries
Does
to
he
help.
say "haul in the sheet" or something like that?
He's New England accent. Yeah. So there you are. Estuary victim, Ted Grossman. Congratulations.
All right, that'll do it for this episode. Jeez, I think we've just recorded a 2-hour episode.
2.5. 3 tons of
Thanks for listening. Thank you, Andy.
Cheers.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you.
And cheerio from me. Next time, well, it's one for us. We'll be talking about National Lampoon's Vacation. Maybe give it a watch if you're interested in joining along, but don't forget the small stuff.